That's a thing of beauty, isn't it, folks? And that right there in front of you is the it's a Springfield M1A National Match, made back in the 60s. You know, a little bit set up like a M21, I guess you could say, with the scope and everything. Had this for about a year now, and it is dead nuts accurate. Do that National Match barrel in it. This was made in the late 60s. Have a bunch of the spare parts like the bolt and stuff are GI made. We looked it up. We bought this off Gunbroker. Took it apart, looked up serial numbers and all, and turned out the guy selling it just didn't know what he had, because this is a national match weapon. That means it's super accurate. We still have the original walnut stock on it. Didn't want to get rid of that. As far as an optic, that's right, folks. Trijicon accupoint 3x9. Love these. The post with the amber triangle. Extremely quick acquisition. We didn't get this, to make it into a, we're gonna sit there and go win 1,000-yard rifle, competitions. Really, what we got this for is a little bit of nostalgic purposes and a little bit of hunting purposes. Now, some are like, "Oh, that's an assault weapon. What are you doing, hunting with an assault weapon?" Well, it makes a great hog gun, 308, the ability to shoot out multiple rounds of 308. It's great for shooting hogs with. That's one of the reasons why I got the trijicon. Well, not only do we love trijicon, but hogs like to be nocturnal, so it makes a great sight, dusk and dawn, and when you go out spotlighting them, which is completely legal in the state of Texas, you can do that. Hogs are considered a nuisance species. For a mount, we have arms, quality mount, and for the rings, these are UTG quick detach rings. Finding a good mount was a little bit difficult. Not a whole lot of people carried them. The original mount we had, there was a problem with it where it was tilted off to the side. First we're like, what's wrong with the scope? We ran out of adjustment. But if that ever happens with your scope, make sure it's got the right mount and rings on it, because that will cause that problem. Back to the reasons why we got this. For hog hunting, it's a stout round, and also for nostalgic purposes. My dad, he's a Vietnam vet. He went to basic, and that's what they trained on, was the M14, although he carried an M16 for a short period. Then the remainder of his story carried a Car 15 or XM 177, whichever you prefer to call it. This gun shoots 1-inch groups easily at 100 yards. Absolute blast to have. We had an M14 before this, and we had to sell it and needed the money. But we have this one, and got it at an outstanding price last summer. And it's a national match, so really it's worth twice what we paid for it. And it came out of the late 60s, mainly GI parts, which are, solid. And haven't had any problems with it. Absolutely love it. If you're looking for a semi-automatic 308 rifle, the Springfield M1A should be your first choice, really. Then after that, you can look into your AR-10s and whatnot. But this is the original, real deal Springfield M1A National Match.